Okay, Honda Bros, little Honda Bros, I should say. Very first drive with the new S2000 steering wheel. Alignment, I still haven't gotten alignment done. I've just put the TE37 16s, the 16x8s on yesterday, so we'll probably get some rubbing. I haven't gotten the alignment set up yet. That's the last thing to do. I haven't put my radar detector in yet, but the car is pretty much done. Just got it back from LHT a couple of days ago, and believe it or not, I've refrained from driving. I drove just down the block just to make sure it worked. But I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't gone on a drive. This is maiden voyage. This is a 20-year pursuit in the making. The reason I bought this car was so that I could do a B18C JDM Type R engine, transmission, limited slip differential. Yeah, this is it. So we'll see if I'm severely disappointed or if I'm elated. I think it's going to be somewhere in between. But the one thing I do notice is we now have some solid motor mounts, which you can feel through the whole chassis. I don't know. Did I just say chassis? Through the whole chassis. So that's the one thing I don't love, is there's quite a bit of vibration. I mean, it is a Honda, for gosh sakes. But I'm thinking, just in my little 2-minute jaunt down the road, the sound is incredible. Let's open up the sunroof, 90s style. Let's see what she does. So 196 wheel horsepower. What was it, 138 foot-pounds of torque? Is that what it did? Or was it 128 foot-pounds of torque? I do have to take it easy on the clutch specifically. I can run it to red line here, but I do want to take it easy on the clutch. So I don't know if I should go windows down with you or windows up. I think I should go windows up and AC on, which is going to kill a little bit of horsepower in this little thing. We're already at operating temp, but the car had like no guts. See, my steering wheel is way off. The car actually drives really straight. So a lot of people are questioning, why in the world are you doing a B18 when, the world has left the B18 behind? You can do a K-swap. This is just what I wanted. And I also wanted something to be super reliable. It's only maybe 20, 25 horsepower more than a stock JDM B18. But, I just wanted it to be, this is what I wanted back in the day. I didn't want a supercharger. I didn't want a turbo. I wanted this. I set the suspension to full soft. It's still pretty stiff, but I just kind of wanted to see what it felt like. The one thing I think I'd like to do, and maybe I'll end up doing it, is do the ITR steering rack, but I don't know if I'll get to that or not. We'll leave that for the next guy. So again, I could have just left it alone. I could have just modified the B16 and spent a lot less money, but that's just not what I wanted. A little torque steer there. So the red line now is, I think, what, 8,800 RPMs? That was 8,000. It is 50, 60 horsepower. Is pretty remarkably different. We also did the ITR, the Integra version of the 7/8 size brake master cylinder. So now the brakes actually work. Oh yeah, the brake pedal feels good. Sorry, I'm a bit speechless right now. I don't know what to think. Listen to that VTEC switch over. Yeah, that car sounds incredible though, man. There's almost more intake than exhaust. It sounds so good. These cars, this is kind of what got it all started for me, is this. We'd always make these excuses for linear horsepower, no torque. Oh man, it's good. still afraid to throw it into a corner until I get the alignment done. Shoot. I don't know what to say, but I do know that I like it. And it's nice to have brakes, tires, suspension. Something special about that sound. I'm just gonna let out the clutch. Sorry, just came from driving the GT4 2 minutes ago. God, it just revs forever. Bone, the temperature's spot on. There's no weird idle other than having to deal with the chassis vibration from the motor mounts. It's pretty great. We got to go windows down, sunroof open for a minute here. Some Tribe Called Quest on, and some Mos Def, and you got Matt Morman from 2001. You ready? Wow, first gear revs up quick. Wow. Amazing. Sounds so freaking awesome. Almost hard to hit redline. It just keeps revving and revving and revving. This is literally the first drive. Tell you what though, I'm doing 10, 20 miles an hour faster than I was before. It's like an appropriate amount of horsepower for this little car. I just didn't, I could build 1,000 horsepower at Civic. I just didn't want that. Even my S2000 was just too much power for that car. It was no fun. It was 400, 400 something at the wheels, and I just didn't like it. It was too fast. It was too out of control. I know it's possible, but I just don't want to deal with that. It's great that we now have pedal. We have not some spongy, crappy pedal. I may look for there's a little vibration right here. I may look for a steering rack, because that's the one thing this thing needs. Oh, look at that. It's just, idle's great. That's the other reason why I didn't do ITBs. Just didn't want to have to deal with all the extra work that comes with that. It's good. It's real good. The steering wheel's freaking amazing. It changes the whole car. It makes it feel much nicer. It doesn't feel as much like a Civic. Having these seats and the brand new shifter and all that. Even though I got to reach down, you can tell the car's making noise, which is what I want. You just don't want to make it the wrong kind of noise. Go into fifth, and we're just cruising. Just Civic cruising. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Oh man. The most thing I love is the darn brakes work. I actually have a brake pedal. Oh, the joy of that intake sound. I turned all the suspension to full soft. I want to see what it's like on this sort of bumpy area up here. See how it feels. But, we do have a few, it is a Civic, even though it's a really nice one. You get to feel some of the things crunching and cracking. Very different than a Porsche or a BMW. It's amazing how much faster it gets up to 6,000-7,000 RPMs than it did in the B16 stock. So the absurdity of these motons is probably not the smartest thing to do, as the car is a little, you know, a little stiff. But yeah, the fun of it. And if I was going to keep this car long term, I'd probably do something simpler. It wasn't so aggressive. Oh yeah, I think full soft on the motons is the way to go. Wow, it just, oh my gosh, the difference in handling is just insane. Plus the fact that I know that I can brake. The 16s on 205s is good. Holy moly, I just want to keep on driving. It's stiff. I'm not getting any squeaks or creaks or anything. Yes. It feels pretty quick, man. I'll put 100 miles or so on it, and then we'll go out and do some more aggressive runs. But it's kind of bumpy through this section. Makes me nervous driving around this $150,000 Civic, and I think it's insured for $25. I might be screwed. I can't stop smiling. Screw the giveaway, I'm keeping it. Oh man. Yeah, I'm ready to go get it aligned, dial in probably -3 camber, something like that, front and rear. Just listen to that. E-Tech. Oh yeah, after I put a little more time in it, I'm going to be comfortable tossing it into a turn. So I get my alignment, my toe right, camber correct. Right now it's just eyeball aligned. Drive straight. Holy crap. This thing is freaking incredible. Oh my gosh. Who the heck would want a stock Civic? You want this. I'm going to have to drive some more. This is too short. We got a little daylight left. Let's keep going. I got some battery left. Let's go out and see what else we can figure out. Not really rubbing either. I'm gonna have to rub in the front. We'll have to kind of rub a little spot through it, through the fender liner. But the rear's not rubbing at all, so. Wow, it's just so quick. It doesn't feel fast because there's no torque, but it just feels quick to me. Super nimble, super light. Like I'm moving. I'm going 70 miles an hour here. I probably shouldn't tell you that, but like I'm moving pretty comfortably without even just driving comfortably, not driving. I'm not shifting aggressively. Gosh, this thing's great, man. There's just like that. Like this is fourth gear. I'm at 3,500 RPMs. There's more like guts. Like it doesn't feel totally gutless, where the B16 felt like that. That's what another 30 foot-pounds of torque and another almost 60 horsepower will do at least at Redline. I forget, I didn't look at the chart what the horsepower difference was at at low RPM. I gotta get the radar detector in this. It's just quick, man. Just quick and nimble. It's perfect. Oh. I was nervous that I couldn't get it to this point. That even at this point that I wouldn't love it. Shoot, that's 90. It is way faster. I don't think I hit 90 ever with the B16. the hub-centric rings, so I don't have any shimmy or shake, other than the steering wheel pointing this way. But it's driving straight as an arrow. Probably eating up the tires a little bit. The toe's probably off, but sorry, I'm driving weird, trying to take it as easy on the clutch as possible. What a great transformation. It feels so comfortable. I could turn the stereo on here in a minute if I wanted to. It's just magical. Yeah, I think for the chassis rigidity, the fact that there's no, the engine's going to translate, more noise and vibration through the car, but oh man, no rub there. I'd always rub there with other cars. Full soft on the Motons is perfect. I was worried about the motor mounts. The Hasport, they're like solid, giant billet motor mounts. And it does, right now it's fine. Like I can feel it in the steering wheel. It really makes the car feel alive, but keeps the engine planted. I was thinking when I first started it up, I'm like, I'm putting the factory motor mounts back on. But after driving around, yeah, you're dealing with some vibration. But I think you'd get used to it real quickly. I already have. Oh, I can't explain to you the pedal feel. Oh, it feels so stiff, it's so nice. Wow, that's all I can say is it just feels quick to me. Because there's no torque, it doesn't feel fast. It's super Honda. I mean, it's perfect Honda. And I think you lose that when you start doing turbos and stuff like that in a front-wheel drive car. I would say get a different car. That induction noise is just addicting. That. Just do a third gear rolling to red line. Still didn't bounce it off the rev limiter. We'll save that for when it's nice and broken in. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I was afraid I was going to have to do a giveaway and just say, look, this car sucks, but it's as good as I could get it. Now I can say, you're going to frickin' love this thing, whoever gets it. Even if it's only for a short period of time, hopefully somebody wins it, that this is like a car they really, really want. Oh yeah, full lock, I'm not rubbing. Good. It's kind of weird dealing with all that front end torque steer. You can definitely tell the limited slip though. What is that vibrating? Stop. That's a Honda, that's a Civic for you. It's so weird coming out of a corner in a front-wheel drive car. Although I'm just going 10 miles an hour. I don't know what else to say, man. The spoon pads don't have any clips. So whoever gets the car will freak out. Like if you're sitting in a parking lot, when you release the brakes, the pads just are kind of floating. It's kind of a weird sound. But now everything just feels right from a pedal squishiness perspective. Gosh, the steering rack is so weird to me. I'm like all the way over just to go around an 80-degree turn. Gosh, I so desperately want to just rev match downshift and get aggressive, but In time, in time. So John puts full or regular, conventional oil on, and then at about 500 miles when we'll dump it. I doubt I'll even get to 500 miles in it. Although I'm enjoying this drive so much that maybe I can be driving this around every day for a while. Gosh, I'm just rolling. I'm going 80 miles an hour, just cruising comfortably. It's good. Oh, I love it. Just listen to that. Not that vibrating button. Gosh, it's fast, man. It's amazingly fast and super comfortable to be cruising around at the speeds that I'm going. Couldn't imagine a 500 horsepower version of this car. It'd be out of control. Yeah, I'm glad I was like, you know what? Why am I messing around? Let me just turn the suspension to full soft and see how it does. Because full soft on this 3-way remote reservoir race suspension is quite a bit stiffer than even an average aftermarket system. Yeah, I was afraid. I invited Mark and Jack from Savage Geese to come and drive the car, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to the level that I want it. And we got it. All I got to do is align it and get the steering wheel straight. Shoot, I'm happy with the way it handles right now, and I probably got some alignments way off. And there's not as much of a very little noticeable difference when you turn the air conditioning on. Whereas with the B16, as soon as you turn that on, it feels like it zapped 20% of your power. Once we get the clutch broken in, the engine broken in a little bit more, then we'll go out and do some more aggressive driving. But not a bad first maiden voyage. The turn-in is so much better. I wouldn't go around that turn at 45 when the car was stock. I'm taking it at 70. Life goal realized. Just 19 years later. And done way better. Feels, other than the motor mounts, it feels like a stock car, just way faster. It's perfect for what this thing is. Dare I say, I could have a lot of fun with this in the mountains. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this the next few months. So this does drone a little bit, but it's nothing like the. It's like wanted drone. It's just that you can tell there's something extra the car is giving you. Whereas the race exhaust on my GT4 is like brain exploding drone. So that's my Civic, folks. It's gonna be somebody else's Civic, February 15th. So when the giveaway starts. It's everything I wanted and then some. Turned into exactly what I'd hoped it would be. I'm moving out of this neighborhood anyway, so I can drive as fast as I want. So anyway, thanks for your support, and I hope you guys enter this giveaway because I'm way into this deep, 150K-ish. So you guys got to buy stuff. Help me get out from underneath this thing. It'll be worth it. Spend $1,000, win a $150,000 Civic, drive it around for a little while, part it out, pay your tax, make a bunch of money. Thanks for watching. More Civic stuff coming soon. Always courtesy rev. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor.